angels.
Yeah, we're saying a lot of things that's going to mess your heads up, you know. But if you're part of the elect, you're going to get it. You're going to see it. It's going to be hard at first, and then you're going to see it. Your eyes are going to open up. Okay, we're saying a whole lot of things. We're moving real fast, but we're trying to give you the information, you know. And you just can't get it in one sitting. So among the ones that are following Tommy Sotomayor that are watching us, like I said, the both sides only going to choose among some of you. Yeah, many are called, but few are chosen. Okay, so you're being called right now. So like I said, we're trying to go back to the basics. We're trying to be as basic as we can to give you some understanding. You ever go to, everybody likes movies about dealing with sci-fi and fantasy, right? Well, basically what we're breaking down to you is like, it sounds like a fantasy. With this man Abba coming down and Elijah and, you know, all the stuff that the great red dragon. See, this is something that these churches, the Baptist church, the Methodist church, Jehovah's Witness, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Lord's not dealing with any of those clowns, man. The Lord's not dealing with TD fakes. The Lord's not dealing with, creep low dollar. The Lord's not dealing with Joe Osteen. The Lord's not dealing with a Farrakhan. Lord's damn sure not dealing with Farrakhan because we're not Arabs, all right? The Lord's not dealing with Frederick K. Price. And most I ain't dealing with him. But he sound like he knows this. If you don't know better, he'll pull a fast one on you, man. The only ones, we are the men of the Lord. You got to get that through your head. The Most High sent down representatives of himself, and you're looking at him, man. But there's two of us, but there's many of us, man. And as you watch these shows and watch us, and if you're a part of the elect, you're going to get it, man. You're going to be sealed. Go ahead.
And verse 7, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven, and the great dragon was cast out.
Forget about that. We going. Yeah.
All right, verse 14, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and a half a time from the face of the serpent.
Now, what was the scripture that you read? The key word was place.
That was Joel 3.
I read that again. It said that she may fly into the wilderness, which is Africa, the interiors of Africa. Israel wound up in the west. They had colonies set up in the western heart of the western part of Africa. They had set up colonies and so forth. They had built communities and cities. Fort Judah was one of them. Why was it called Fort Judah? Because the Jews had built up forts and a fort is nothing but a city. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 15. It says, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Verse 16. It says, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Because Yahushua was prophesying that Jerusalem, during the time of Yahushua, which was about, what they say, 4 BC or whatever, to 33 AD, during that time, Jake was still in Jerusalem, inhabited it. But Yahushua knew in the future, roughly around, what was about 64 AD or something like that, when Vespasian and Titus, he knew they were going to besiege Jerusalem. So he prophesied, he said, look, you're closer going into 70 AD. Right? And he knew that was going to happen. So he told him, he said, look, you're going to have to flee into the wilderness. And that's when Jake fled into the wilderness of the coast of West Africa, which goes into the place that the Most High had prepared for.
And they went into other places, man. That's why Paul had made those journeys, those famous journeys up into different parts of Asia Minor and Europe, as you call Europe today. Because you had Israelites scattered up in different parts of Europe, Asia Minor. And ultimately to the other side of the world, which is the Americas, North, Central, and South America. The Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High in the Bible, are on this side of the world. They're the people of Indian, Negroid, and Indian descent for lack of better words, which are like the Latinos, the so-called Latinos, you know, the different Spanish tribes, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, the Cubans, the Panamanians, the Brazilians, the Dominicans, and so forth, the Haitians, the West Indians, and the so-called American black. All right?
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them.
So there goes that word place again. We read place in this scripture right here, Joel the 3rd chapter, and we also came across the word place in into a place in Revelation 12 and 14. So that place is right over here in America. The wilderness represents Africa. The place that we were brought to against our wills was America and the other surrounding areas. You know, on the western side of the world, the western hemisphere. All right?
And will return your recompense upon your own head. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Yeah, because we're all over the place, man. You know, they say the biggest nation out there are the Chinese. The biggest nation out there are the nation of Israel. We're so big that the tribes are looked at as being nations. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them.
There goes the word place again. That's America. That's also known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt, pursuant to Revelation, the 11th chapter and the 8th verse. The place is also known as Babylon, the great city Babylon, Babylon the Great, mentioned in the book of Revelation. Different parts in the different chapters in the book of Revelation. And that's where the Most High is going to redeem us. You know, lift us up, take us out of here, deliver us. And then once we're delivered, the elect, not all of us, because some Israelites are going to stay here and die. Because there's going to be race riots in the society. This society is getting ready to break down, man. Famines and so forth. There's going to be food shortages. You're going to have more explosions, more so-called terrorist attacks, whether staged or not staged. You're going to have more martial law declared, like they declared martial law on Boston. Well, you're going to have that a lot more. Because that's the fulfillment of, go back to Revelation 12 and 12.
This is the book of Revelation.
And this so-called Esau, this white man, is a devil.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, the devil represents the elite of these crackers, man. Starting from the Rothschilds and these other super rich families. Because this guy, Barack Obama, ain't nothing but a puppet for the elite. These Congress people, the Senate, the Supreme Court, they're all puppets for the elite.
Back in Hosea 1 and 10. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living power.
So that place is America, right? This is the place where you're being called the sons of the living power. When you put that word together in Hebrew, sons of the living power, the word there is, or sons of the living God, the word there is Yasher Allah, Yah-He, Shah, prince, which is also a son of a king, because we're the son of God. God is the king, right? So we're the son of him, the father, so that makes us princes. He, prince of God. So there it shall be called, in this place, America, there is going to be called, we're going to be called the sons of God, or we're going to be called Israel. All right? Got anything?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It says, But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now we're going to jump around because I wanted to really get into the whole chapter of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. So let's jump around a little bit. Let's go to the 32nd verse.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.